Okay, so in the past 6 months, I've been helping recruiting firms leverage AI into their internal operations, more specifically their sales process, and turning those deals in the pipeline into closed revenue. Now, after working with a few firms, you notice a pattern. Deals don't go dead because of lack of interest from the prospect. They go dead because the follow-ups aren't actually driving the conversation forward. And here's the scary part. Sometimes leveraging AI only exacerbates the problem. Well, in this video, I'm going to share you how we're using AI to create hyper-contextual follow-ups that actually breed clarity for the prospect and drive the conversations in discovery calls into actual closed revenue. So let's get into the video. Picture this. You've just completed a discovery call with a prospect. You've asked amazing questions. 2 minutes later, your Slack pings off, your AI workflow has ran, and you've got some really deep insights into what exactly your prospects are suffering from and how exactly you can create detailed follow-ups that drive the conversation forward. Let me walk you through how we're doing this and why we're doing this as well. So let's dive right into it. So why deals don't progress, full stop? Well, simple bumps just don't breed any sense of clarity for a prospect. If you say just bumping this, hey, did you see this? Hey, what are your thoughts? Hey, are you ready to start working together? You don't give them any sense of clarity. Now, number two, teams struggle to even follow up due to lack of ideation. Sometimes they just don't know what to say and they don't want to go through the whole call transcript again to figure out what to say. Thirdly, no system that makes it easier for them. There's no follow-up cadence. There's no hey, you should follow up now. You just make it really, really difficult for them to want to follow up effectively. And why does AI actually exacerbate the problem and not make it any better, or the way most people use AI? AI doesn't know what a good follow-up is. AI is trained on data of the whole world. It doesn't know how to make a good follow-up. In addition to that, AI has little to no contextual data about you and how you sell and how you like to consult with your prospects. So whatever you tell it to do, just generically, it doesn't understand you. So it won't get your tone of voice in the right way. Thirdly, you probably don't have a system that even enables AI to integrate in the first place. Maybe you're not using any orchestration platforms where you're recording your call transcripts and you're passing that to an orchestration tool like n8n or Zapier to even allow you to take advantage of all the data that you do have internally. So it sounds all doom and gloom. So what do we actually do here? Well, what we need to do is give AI the right context and frameworks based on what actually works for you, and then feed that into the call transcript to actually get really, really good follow-ups. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how we're doing this right now. I'm going to give you a very overview structure. Then we're going to get into n8n and I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing. So first things first, we start with the discovery call being recorded. We like to use Fireflies. It makes things simple. You can use Google Meets transcriber. You can use loads of different platforms for note taking. Now, once the discovery call ends, a webhook then goes into our n8n workflow and it kicks off the whole process. So we transcribe the call and we pass the whole call into ChatGPT. And we have a very, very detailed prompt. I'm going to share it with you in a minute. That detailed prompt pretty much tells the AI, look, we're looking for pain points here. What are they struggling with? Really go through the conversation, ask yourself questions. I'm going to show you how detailed our prompt is. But anyway, it will then do three things. So we find the, based on the person who we took the call with, we find their CRM record. If you have a discovery call with us, you're already in our CRM. So we'll take the email of a discovery call person and match it to the record to find your CRM record. And then we add the notes to the CRM based on what the AI kind of transcribed. And then we'll also create follow-up tasks. I'm going to show you all of this in a second. You're going to find it really cool. And then we ping to Slack to centralize the communication. So now let me actually show you how we're doing this in n8n. So as you can see here, fetching the transcript. Now we have to create the follow-ups. And this is an incredibly detailed prompt. I'll walk you through it now. So you can pretty much see that I'm saying, look, here's who you are. Pretty generic stuff, but here's what's really, really important. I'm giving the AI context on who we are. So we're a staff and recruiting firm. And, we work with fast growing tech companies in the US and EU. We connect A players with top tier companies, not just to fill a role, but creating a lasting impact. We're really telling the AI what we do. And yours could be much, much longer than this. I'm giving a very brief example here. And I'll say we're often brought in when internal teams are stretched thin, etc., etc. And then I'm saying, look, you'll be given a call transcript. Now, here's what you might expect. They might talk about their pain points, their objections, their process signals, their stored moments. And I want you to basically go through this call transcript and start to ask yourself, what are they struggling from? What parts of their internal ops are they struggling with? Like, what type of follow-ups will actually help them resolve the problem? And I'm very, very detailed. You can pause and have a look for yourself. Alternatively, I'll give you the template as well. But you can see the whole thing we're doing here is telling the AI, look, like really go through this conversation and based off of who we are, create effective follow-ups that drive the conversation forward. And then the next thing we're doing here is we're then finding the company associated with this person from the call. And then we're adding the notes, formatting the follow-up, and then also messaging in Slack. So I'm going to run it now, and I'm going to show you exactly what happens in our CRM and also in our Slack as well. So this will take a few minutes. Bam, all done. Now, if I come into Slack, we can see the messages here, discovery call completed. I'm using Common Room as an example. These aren't my client, it's just an example. Viewing the CRM or check their LinkedIn profile. So one click, and it also shows information about the discovery call. So you get like a nice truncated view. But all you're going to do is one click, and then we're going to head right to our TO CRM. So I'll open this up right now. When it decides to load, should I pause? Or we can wait? You can wait. Amazing. So here we are. You see my Atio CRM. And the amazing thing is, if I hit to notes, we can see here the notes of a discovery call. But remember, this is the notes that the AI generated. So the AI really read through the conversation. Look, David is under significant pressure to meet aggressive annual recurring revenue growth targets. He's clear on what he wants, logistics experience, startup mentality, able to ramp quickly. Here's reasons why David may encounter internal drag. So it's saying what current pain points he may be suffering from. Either he said it himself, or it's kind of interpreting it based on who the client is. Internal stakeholder alignment. There's so much here. Like, this is really, really in depth, really, really in depth. And now, based off of this, the AI then went and created follow-ups. And look at how good these follow-ups are. So this one's during 3 days, and then 6 days, 9, 12, 15. So like a 5-stage follow-up. Like, David, based on your emphasis on startup grit and hands-on culture, I've drafted a candidate evaluation scorecard that balances core selling skills and scrappy attributes you need, etc., etc. But as you can see, this is so much further than just bumping this. Every single follow-up here is driving the conversation forward. Like, hey, you mentioned this. I think you might be suffering from this, so I'm going to do this. Should I do it? Right? It's really driving the conversation forward rather than, hey, just bumping this. And you can see we've done 5 here just as an example. And of course, it would be specific to you. So if you tend to always do one thing, you can add that into the prompt to make these follow-ups more specific to what it is that you do. So incredibly valuable. When we come back to Slack, all of that information is here for the team to be able to be in sync and know what's currently going on. Now, if I head back to my n8n workflow, you can kind of see what's going on. So we're doing 3 things. Adding the notes to the CRM, we're getting the follow-ups and adding it as a task, and we're also formatting the message and throwing it into Slack as well. So again, very, very simple workflow, but it drives a ton of results for a few clients we've given it to, because it allows their sales consultants to be more on top of their game. So rather than sitting there and thinking, oh, like, what did that guy say? What should I say? You've already got inspiration. You don't need to use all of these things here, but it's inspiration that makes it easier for your team to jump on it and actually follow up effectively to drive the conversation forward. So yeah, very, very quick video. If you want the workflow, do let me know. I'm going to put a link somewhere under this video, wherever I post it. During the newsletter, I'm going to give away the template and just share a bunch of genuine knowledge and advice of what we're actually doing and what's actually driving results to lean recruiting firms today in 2025 in June. Yeah, God bless, and you'll see me very, very soon.